Hello, hi, I'm Lisa from Little Walter's Flower Farm, and this is Walter from same farm. Uh, we farm here in College Park, Maryland, which is Zone 7A. Our last frost date's April 15th to 19th, although we haven't had frost for a while. I figured I'd come and give you a garden tour for April because we got a lot of things happening. Also, say hi, Lilo. Say hi. This is Lillian. Walter's the farm manager. Lillian's the muscle. So we got a lot of things happening, and it's April. Mostly, all of our spring blooms are popping. But I figured I'd take you around and show you what the farm's looking like right now. So here we got the remainder of our cool flowers hardening off. I just recently planted feverfew and some straw flower, but I have some more of that. I have some more straw flower over here. I need to get this phlox in the ground. We have art shades and caramel, and I also need to get the rest of these violas into the ground as well. I need to find a nice shady spot for them. We also do a lot of vertical gardening, and we currently have beets in our green stock, which is a lovely vertical growing system if you are short on space, which we're an urban farm. So a lot of our food things we grow vertically or on our deck and things like that. We got lots of radish, some lettuce growing up here in planters on the deck. Planters back there will have tomatoes, which we have downstairs in the grow room currently. So I'm going to take you out to the greenhouse so we can see a lot of the annuals, the warm season annuals that are in here hanging out. It's currently 90 degrees in the greenhouse. We've got fans going so that everything gets some air circulation. Over here we have lots of asters, and then cresspedia or billy balls, sunball, whatever you want to call it. There's a variety of names for it. We have different marigolds. We have the white and the orange. So these are not your normal, like, in the, what am I trying to say? The shorter marigolds. These are actually cut flower size, so they're very tall. So we have a bunch of those, and I love them. They're amazing, and they also provide benefits. We have Opio Amaranth, which is purple, which is one of my faves. We have some loofah here and some birdhouse gourd. I'm very excited about those. We have some cinnamon basil right here, some cardinal basil, and then some summer celosia, which I need to split out and plant into individual cells. We also got some bee balm right here, and this is Gomphrena. These are looking a little droopy, so they need a little bit of water, I think, but that's because it's really hot in here. We have peppers, which are doing really well. We have jalapeno and lunchbox peppers. We also have a Carmen sweet pepper that was just started a few weeks ago and is currently in the grow room in our basement. Up here we have just recently started rooting dahlias. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, I think I'm blocking it. There you go. You can see potentially the start of a sprout. And then we have some tomatoes. We have a variety: Berry's Crazy Cherry, Cherry Falls, Black Strawberry. We like a lot of tomatoes around here. I use it to make sauce, so tomatoes are a fave. And you know, vegetables love flowers, so it's a great thing to do, grow vegetables and flowers together, because all the pollinators and so on and so forth. We have some Lisianthus that I grew on my own, actually, and it takes forever to start those back in January. But this is Roseanne Brown, and then this is lavender. It looks great and smells great too, even though it's real tiny right now. Well, it's not. It's a lot larger than it was previously. We're trying to grow some eucalyptus. I don't know that we're gonna make it, but we're trying. We also have some regular Genovese basil, and then some bunny tail. Oh no, this is frosted explosion. The bunny tails grass is actually in the grow room. All right, so let's go outside. All right, so happening just outside of the greenhouse, we have our fall planted anemones, which are doing really, really well. I've been using those to dry for crafting, so I'm excited to potentially be able to use those for future farm activities and crafting on the farm. Right here we have one of our 2 beds of garlic. The other one is right over there. Excited to have some garlic because I love making cucumbers. Pickles. I meant pickles. I have these tulips that are actually growing in bulb crates. It's just like a test, and I actually bought those late in the season, so we're seeing how those do, and they're a later variety, so they should be coming up a little bit later. We're doing potatoes in grow bags this year, so we're very excited about that. We have like 5 different varieties of potatoes. Over here we have some more spring blooms happening. We have ranunculus and anemones in this bed. I struggle with the ranunculus because it's spring planted here. The anemones, because I can plant them in the fall and overwinter them, I tend to do a lot better with those. But the spring planted ranunculus, it just gets too warm too quick here, and so they really don't have any time to take off and get some really long stems. So I think after this year I need to cut them from my list, which is a good thing because I already have stuff that I can put in those spots anyways. We are growing sweet onions this year, so Walla Walla and candy, and if we have extra vegetables or fruits, we are also potentially going to be selling those as well, which is really exciting. Not much going on in this bed over here. I did put some straw flowers. We have another green stalk right here with some onions and some head lettuce, butter crunch to be exact. I've never grown head lettuce. I only usually grow leaf lettuce. So I'm excited about that. This area over here is more perennial, or we're developing a perennial area over here. Down there is a black-eyed Susan. I'll probably put some lavender in here and then maybe sprinkle some wildflower in there. This is our lilac. Lilac is one of my favorite smells other than hyacinth. I love it. And we have some daffodils. Try to sprinkle daffodils around the farm wherever I can. Back here is our, our entertainment area is looking quite nice. We got a new fountain, which I'm very excited about. We got strawberry beds flanking either side of the pathway to the greenhouse. Those strawberry beds are primarily because Lillian likes to eat them, and so do animals, so we just kind of give those to them. I believe water belongs everywhere on a farm or garden, so we have that. It also helps the birds not eat my tomatoes. So if you have water for them, that helps a lot of times. Back in this corner here, we actually just recently installed this earlier in the spring, and this is the viola area. Pansies. We have this one. I've never grown violas before, and I'm very excited that I at least succeeded with one. But they've been back here and they like the shade, so we'll be planting more of those back there, but also in a different area as well, that gets morning sun, but or not like a full day sun, so it's either morning or afternoon. They don't need that much light. Let's see, we got some raised beds as well back here, so they're up. And we have radish, and then I put some of the other onions. So I bought onions from Dixondale Farms, and you get them in, grown for you, just the starts. And they come like 75 to 100 in a pack for like $10 to $15. and I was like, oh shoot, I bought 2. So I had a lot of onions and I had to find places to put them. So we're gonna do some, if you bunch them together like this, you can just get onions that you can clip and not bulbing onions. So we have radish and some onions here. This is our hyacinth bed, one of them, that is actually finishing up. We grew hyacinths this year for cut flowers, and everybody really liked them. They're quite delicious in smell. So I think I'm going to be doing them next year as well, but not as many. Over here we have dahlias that I actually overwintered. Last I checked, the tubers were still good to go, so I'm thinking we're good for this year. I also seeded some breadseed poppies and some other things. I think some birds ate the breadseed poppies, so I don't know that I'm gonna get those, but I really wanted them for the seed heads. But we'll see what happens. You never know around here. And I've been picking these weeds and seeds out of things every day. Over here, this is where it gets shady in the afternoon, so that's where I'm probably going to put some violas. Yesterday I planted up some statice amongst the current daffodils, because when those go to sleep, I will still have some stuff there for some color, and statice is one of my favorite fillers. And this is a double style daffodil. I can't remember the name of this one, but the yellow ones over there, they're just regular, you know, landscape daffodils. I only really like to grow double daffodils. Tahiti is one of my favorites. Replete's also another good one. Along the fence line, we planted out feverfew and rudbeckia this weekend. The rudbeckia is Cherokee Sunset, and then in between that I'll put some branching sunflowers, which I'm gonna start this week so that I can get them growing inside and be able to plant them out once we're clear frost-wise and all that. Statice along here, we got some yarrow. We installed these to go along with our hooks that are up here. I'm gonna do some herbs along our deck. Like I said, I tried to use a lot of vertical stuff. Haven't planted the herbs in them yet. We got yarrow and some large mammoth style chrysanthemums in different colors. And you can see the hostas have started to come in. Lillian and Walter like to eat them. Hostas are edible, so it's not dangerous. It's the other things that they try to eat that would be an issue. We have this little herb bed up here that comes back every year. And nothing happened in here yet, but this is where our loofah is going to go. And we have strawberries on the side. The loofah, I'm hoping, will go along the whole jack. We'll see. We'll see. I did this in the last tour. All the berries, nothing really happened in here. Dahlias, nothing happened in here. We have some budding of the blueberries happening, so that's really exciting. So if I haven't mentioned, we have a bouquet club, and we also have a flower stand that we have out primarily on the weekends, and sometimes during the week as well. Tuesdays and Thursdays are typically closer in the evenings. A lot of times we'll pull out the flower stand if we have any blooms. Right now we have a lot of tulips, so we've been making tulip bouquets. At our stand, we do tulips for $16, but on our website, if you're local to the College Park area, you can pre-order tulips for $20. And we have different pickup locations that you can pick from. Most likely, though, you would come to the farm, unless you're colleagues with my husband and I. All right, so our statice is planted out here. This is going to be a full bed of statice, which you might have seen if you watch any of our shorts. Our daffodils, the Tahiti ones, have all bloomed for the most part in front of our little fountain in this cottagey area. And there's a little fountain back here. I just planted out Status and Yarrow and Feverfew and Rudbeckia. All of these tulips are now coming up. We have 1,900 tulips, so looking good. The birds have been really liking the bird feeder recently, so things are looking really great around here. Not too much more of an update, just really that the tulips are kind of popping. My favorite in particular, Akebano, is gorgeous. I can show you inside what that looks like. Our peas, sweet peas are coming up. I'm really excited for when the campanula comes up. Starting to see some blooms or some action happening on the snapdragons. So those will be in spring bouquets soon. Scabious is doing well. The Nigella has popped, which is all the way up there. We have another great bed of tulips, and we planted out our first round of sunflowers. And I take up and down this frost cloth, and I have some more daffodils here, and I will succession sow sunflowers all in that bed so that we have them early. I'm pulling some of the tulips. Some of them have flipped over a little bit, which is fine. Not an issue, but a thing when you squish them in egg crate style, unfortunately. Just flip those back up. We might need to get another delivery of compost. We use local compost from our city. Daffodils over here have started to bloom. I'm very excited about the what is it called? Hellebores that I have growing here and here. We have those as plants, but then I also planted hellebores as bare roots, and they're starting to come up. But even more exciting is the peonies that I planted are starting to come back. So we have Coral Charm, and I can't remember the other one. Oh my gosh. But we have some peonies that are just, that one's been up for a while, but they're in this more shaded side of the house, so it gets more morning sun. And we have some in this area here. I've been trying to get rid of these daylilies for I don't know how long, but a really long time. So yeah, that's all that I have for outside. Let me show you a bouquet before I go. Look at this flower. This is Akebano. It's my favorite. Like, this is better than a rose. So all of our tulips are specialty tulips, so they're fancier than just like the garden single tulips, and they're really, really pretty, and I love them so much. Tulips are one of my favorites. Look at that. Ugh. So if you want some and you live near us, you let me know. And my website's all in the information on the use of tubes of you, all those things. All right, well, thanks for visiting. I'll probably do another one of these next month or something like that. If you have any questions, let me know. See you soon.